Anya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another speed build and we are doing a small bungalow styled one-story home today. This is actually a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. I really just wanted to make something in this style, and so that's what we went ahead and did here today. It's a very simple home, and like I said, it's all on one story. It has a pretty spacious front deck. And I think the color scheme I went for is kind of cute. I changed it a couple of times and I think I skipped through a lot of that, but it ends up being kind of blue and gray on the outside, which I think, you know, that's my favorite color scheme. So I don't think I've ever done blue and gray on the outside though. I've done just blue and I think I've done like gray and black, but I don't think I've done them both on the outside. So that was kind of exciting for me because I like those colors. And I know people that aren't the biggest fan of those colors, that sounds kind of like a boring color scheme, but I like gray and blue and I think it looks cute and I had a lot of fun building this. So I hope you guys do enjoy this build. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm recording this like on the 2nd because this is going out on the 3rd. So part of me just doesn't even want to talk about the build, and I want to talk about that Max's monthly stream that we saw yesterday on the Sims 4 Twitch channel, because we're getting terrain tools in the game and that's gonna completely change the game. Like, literally, obviously, but we're gonna have so many more options when it comes to building and I'm really excited. There's so many things I want to do. I'm gonna probably start drafting lists of ideas soon that will be easier to do or more exciting or actually able to be done now that will have terraforming tools in the game. I'm also kind of excited about the new career they announced because I love me some new careers, especially if they are free. So I'll probably be checking that out as well. But I'm mostly excited about the terrain tools, and I love the way they announced it because they said how they couldn't talk about anything else that was going on and how it's they wish they could. Well, they were showing the the terrain tools in the background, which I thought was really funny. So that was really exciting, and I posted a video about that yesterday, just of my clip-ins. I had to like rush that out because I had to leave for work, and I actually was a little bit late because, you know, the hype train was strong yesterday, and it was just, it was great. But back to the build, I think I kept in everything other than maybe some of the color changing on this house. So we're getting all the landscaping out front. It's pretty simple. I tried not to go too overboard with this house. I imagine this was probably not your starter house, but the house you would move into after that. Maybe you have a kid or two. I'm trying to remember. I think the bedroom that I made in this house that's not the master bedroom is a bedroom that has 2 beds in it, but I might be wrong because I've built a few houses this week, but I think that's true. So we're just placing some more trees and windows and stuff. I think I even left the floor plan in this house. I think. We'll see. But that's not something I typically do, but I'm not positive that I left it in. I think I did. We'll see. But I thought about adding like a swing set and stuff. I added it in the backyard instead because I thought it made more sense. And I'm just realizing I added a clothing line, but I didn't add a wash bucket or like a washer and dryer. So if you download this house, you're going to need to grab something for laundry to be functional. But if you guys would like to download this house, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. And yeah, so this is pretty much the outside other than the color change, which I'm not sure when that happens exactly. I think I also changed the stairs a couple of times. And now we're doing a floor plan, which I actually kept in. That's kind of exciting. So I wanted there to be like a little hallway over here that led into the bathroom and the 2 bedrooms, which I think is a nice like tidy way to keep it away instead of having like 3 different doors on the wall. So that's kind of what we did. And you actually in this house enter into the kitchen, which I've done before, but I don't do it very often. I feel like you either enter into a hallway or in the living room most of the time. So I thought entering into the kitchen was nice. I also just really liked this location for the kitchen, so that's what we went ahead and did. And I started by going for a really light color scheme inside with like white floors, but I ended up changing that a little bit later. It's still a fairly light color scheme, but I didn't want white floors and white everything anymore. So we did end up changing that up. And also these cabinets and countertops end up being more of a blue color. I use like the dark blue swatch on them, which I'm not sure. I feel like I must have used at some point in time because we've had Parenthood for so long, but I know it's not a color I use often. So, I mean, I use blue often, don't get me wrong on that, but I don't use this blue swatch of these cabinets very often, so I was kind of excited to go ahead and use those. because, I mean, these are my favorite cabinets in the game, and, I mean, I'm excited to get some more ones in the future, and there's going to be some kind of something we got to keep an eye out for next week, early week, on the Sims 4 social channel, so I'm thinking we might be getting an announcement for a new pack, so who knows, maybe that's a chance to get some more counters. I would love that. Honestly, I'm just excited to hear about any new content, especially the free stuff, but, like, I'm excited to find out what the next pack is going to be, if it's going to be an expansion, a stuff pack, a game pack. I'm hoping for an expansion or game pack, but we shall see. I welcome any new content, and I'm just really excited for the future of The Sims 4 because I love this game so very much. And yeah, so this is pretty much the kitchen. We add just a couple more clutter items, but as you can see, it's very, very blue, but I think it's really cute, and I think it matched this house very well, especially once I changed the colors on the outside to be more of a blue color. And I also added a couple of food bowls over here, or a food bowl and a cat scratch post. Or actually no, not a cat scratch, a dog bowl. I think I planned for this house to be a dog house because I didn't put kitty litter, and I swapped out that, the cat scratch post for the dog dog toy thing. So I think this house is meant to have a dog, but I mean, it could be either. You just have to add a couple of extra things. I've been adding a lot more cats and dogs stuff in general to my builds. I've realized when I used to like never do that, so I think that's kind of interesting and good if you're gonna move in with a cat or dog. Although grabbing that stuff is not too difficult because we only have the limited quantity of different cat and dog things that we got between cats and dogs and my first pet stuff. So just added that. Also, right on cue, talking about cats and dogs, my cat is crying in the background. Rio! Sorry about that. But we're just adding some plants outside and a little place to sit, sizing down some of these planters so they're not so giant. And my cat's still crying. He's probably going to continue to do so. Oh, he's such a needy little boy. But yeah, this is pretty much the exterior. I keep saying that, but then I keep adding more and I'm like, what are you adding? Just some terrain paint. Hopefully soon some terrain tools. That patch isn't going to be out until next month, but I'm really excited about it. So this is the dining room, and you can see the different floors that I changed throughout the house. Now, I'm not sure if I just changed those or not, but before they were those white floorboards, and I kind of used this more like, I don't know, is it like a, I don't know how to describe this shade of brown. Is it an orangey brown? I don't know. It's kind of like a light and bright brown, and I kind of liked that. So that's what we went for. And we, of course, have a lot of blue accents throughout the house because that's kind of the color scheme we were going for. And I just wanted to make these pretty centered in the table. So we did that real quick there. And I know that's not realistic. Those candles would set the plant on fire, but we're going to pretend they're fake candles. Because I know that's really realistic in a lot of restaurants and a lot of people's houses. They get the fake candles. So it's got a little fake little flame, but it looks really cute. We also use a lot of cats and dogs in parenthood in this house because that's in the dining room we have some cats and dogs furniture, and here we have the cats and dogs fireplace, and then we have some Seasons couches, which are some of my favorite. I wish we had more swatches on them though. But this room has a lot of light woods. Actually, there's a lot of mixed woods throughout this house. But I really like how it came out, and I think it's very comfortable, and I really like going for a more realistic look in my houses where not everything is necessarily going to be perfectly matching. Maybe the stuff that came with the house is, but the furniture you put in, it's more for your family. And I just think it looks fine. Like, I know like some of the woods don't match, but I kind of like that. Sometimes they go super matchy-matchy, but other times they don't. I think it works. It works so fine. Like this, they're definitely different woods, but I feel like that's realistic in a family home. So that's what I went for. And I think they're similar enough. But anyway, that is pretty much that room, and we're going to move on to the bathroom. Because of the layout I had with a window up top, I didn't think we had enough room for a shower tub combo. But since this house doesn't have a toddler, I thought it was fine. And of course it has dog stuff, but I mean, it could be for a cat, so you might not need a tub. So, you know, it should be fine. I don't do houses a lot that don't have a tub, so this is a little bit different, but I think it'll be okay. And your Sims should be able to stay clean with no issues. And then this is the master bedroom, which I made this purple color, which I thought was really, really pretty. And I have this brown bed, which I thought was an interesting color scheme, putting brown and purple together. It's not something I typically do. So I wanted to go ahead and give that a go, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out in the end. So we're just going to be adding this nice rug that came with laundry day stuff and some plants and a dresser and a mirror and, you know, just trying to make it pretty simple. I didn't go too overly cluttered and decorated in this house because I didn't want it to be crazy expensive. I didn't try and keep myself to a budget. I think it ended up being around 40 or 50,000 simoleons, so it's not completely breaking the bank. Like I said, I imagine this house to be kind of the house you move into after your starter home, so I didn't want to make it too crazy of a price, but I didn't like limit myself for what I wanted to decorate. I just didn't go too overboard. And I was right. This is a 2-bed bedroom. This is for either twins or like a younger and older sibling, because I know that's completely realistic as well to share rooms with older or younger siblings. So I thought that would be kind of cool. We have a lot of sports theme in this room. So these Sims are probably really into athletic activities in school and after school, and I just kind of played up the blue in here because I thought it would be fun because the whole scheme of the house is blue. So that's kind of what we went with there, and got a nice toy box over here. I imagined that these are probably, at least one of them is a like tween and maybe the other one's a kid, or they could both be one or the other, but I kind of imagined them as like 12-year-olds. Whoever is in this room. So that's kind of what I went for, and I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, got that parenthood clutter on the floor and the parenthood bulletin board in the hallway, so you can go ahead and set curfews and all of that other cool stuff that you can do with that board. I absolutely love Parenthood. It's such a useful pack, and I would totally recommend it if anyone doesn't have that game pack yet. It's one of my favorites. I think it might be my favorite game pack. But we're just adding a couple of things outside to finish up this build, and we're coming to the end and we'll be going to screenshots shortly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and you could also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you ding that little bell, it will also turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.